I was born in Hankou, China in 1936 and went to kindergarten in Nanking and public school in Shanghai. When the war ended, a general under the command of Shokai Seki came to our Japanese neighborhood and pointed to our neighborhood house and said, "I want that house." The occupants must evacuate within 2 hours. The Japanese community went into a panic. There was no choice. A few weeks later, executions of Japanese officers stationed in Shanghai began. First 3 officers, then 5. Then the American came. We Japanese were afraid the American could eat us alive, but instead they helped us in so many ways. The execution stopped, but the Chinese government still forced us to leave China. We were allowed 30 kilograms of personal belongings each. We could not take any money, cars, or wealth. Our businesses had to be left behind. There were no passenger ships in the Shanghai port at that time. The Americans had to take us on a cargo ship called the Liberty. They had to go back and forth across the East China Sea many times to get us all safely home. They said they carried as many as 100,000 Japanese civilians evacuating from China to Japan. In Japan, there was very little food. I had to eat plant from the bank of the river sometimes. The Americans gave us ground corn soup and powdered milk to keep us from starving. There were many favorite food as a boy, and they still are now. When I grew up, I went to Tokyo and met my best friend Inamoto-san there. He was like a brother to me. Inamoto-san's sisters married an American Marine. During the Vietnam War, he got 1 day's shore leave to see his mother-in-law. We were all in the apartment together, laughing and drinking beer, until someone said to him, "Why do you have to go to war in Vietnam?" Young man stood up and took from his chest pocket a picture of his wife and his baby boys. His eyes looked as if they were focusing on eternity, a far, far distance away from the walls of the room. He put the photo back in his chest pocket. "We have to do it," he said. "We are the leaders of the free world." I have never forgotten this brave young American Marine and his sacrifice for freedom and democracy for all people in the world.